the mod of turn every red rocket into a settlement, and what I wanted to do was just to make everyone dress up like the Fallout girl, like not Fallout girl. What was their thing? The Red Rocket girl.
You mean the Nuka girl?
Nuka girl. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So what I wanted to do was to go over and set up a whole bunch of like chicks that would run the Red Rocket settlements through the mod, and also have them be my like little delivery guys. So as I'm running around the wasteland, I'd see Red Rocket chicks walking by, followed by a Brahma. I live a charmed life.
No objections. No objections.
Anywho, so we're gonna get into a very. I forgot how blue this motherfucker's eyes are.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Mouse eyes.
Oh, Nathan Fillion?
Yeah.
That's a guy who, I mean, he got, let's face it, he managed to get a long enough career, but he's another actor who got robbed. Let's be honest.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Like, just charm up the ass. I think he could stand toe to toe with fucking Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man. He's of that quality.
Really.
Though I will always remember him as Cade 6 in Destiny.
The game?
Yes.
Never played it.
Oh, yeah, he was Cade 6, the only likable character from Destiny. Yes. To the point where they we're gonna kill him, and then the fans rebel. Don't worry, we'll bring him back.
Oh, yeah.
Part of me wanted to play Destiny, but it just... Have you ever seen a game and in the back or something in the back of your head like, no, I don't know what it is, but I can tell something's off. I don't want to get involved.
Oh, yes. With a lot of mobile games, yes.
Shame.
I spent years playing Destiny. I even spent a couple of years playing Destiny 2. But then when they started reformatting it all and started making more changes to where everything is now in temporary seasons, that's when I kind of dropped out.
No, brother.
Honestly enough, I liked Destiny only when I was watching Achievement Hunter and watching the Achievement Hunter boys being fucking crazy.
And it's also hard to keep up with the game when it kind of you kind of need to be a part of a clan, and a clan that's active.
Oh no.
It's not as fun if you can't get a group of friends together to consistently play the game.
It's a problem with a lot of online, at least the older MMORPGs. They
got away with it when fucking what is it? SOTOR. It was an online game, but you could play pretty solo. You just couldn't do certain quests.
I mean, yeah, you can still play Destiny without being a part of a clan, but it's just like then you would have to resort to looking for group kind of sites or
what do you think?
Things like that in order to do the more group oriented activities like raids or competitions.
Mm-hmm. And of course the raids are the biggest, mostest, funnest stuffest.
Raids, dungeons, Trials of Osiris, stuff like that.
Can we be any more low T right now?
Are you talking about us or are you talking about the world?
I was saying,
we're a bit like, hey, we're gonna get to watch Firefly. Let's have some fun.
We're gonna have some fun.
You guys, yeah, there's some really good stuff. This is one of those, I haven't sat down and watched this all the way through in years, and this is kind of a nerd. I don't think is she.
I don't remember. Mike was fucked 10 Ways from Sunday.
What's wrong with it?
It says it's dating a lot.
What's wrong?
It says
It
it's
sounds
eating
like
a
we're
lot.
in. You know how I sound when I'm in my kitchen?
I fucking Raycon when I hooked them up.
Jeez. Is that better now?
Yes,
Louder.
sir.
A little, still a little bit of stutter, but not much. It's tolerable.
It's tolerable.
Now you
Oh,
sound like
a
the
bit
teacher from Charlie
muffled.
Brown.
Are you fucking serious?
You're
Nah,
I
better
was.
now.
Now
You
you're
just gotta
better.
speak with authority.
Is it
Whoa.
too quiet?
Whoa,
No,
No, now you're fine. Now you're
You're
fine.
fine
You're
now.
fine now.
It's just when you were talking, like I guess mumbling, it was coming off very muffled. But when,
Well,
just
I was
talking
coming
normally.
through the wrong. I was coming through the wrong mic initially.
Well, now
So
you're
that's
fine.
why I'm asking.
That's the important thing.
That's yeah. That's why I was. Oh, that's really weird. It's really quiet too. That's really weird. Huh?
It's
I don't
just
know.
you. It's all in
I
your
don't know.
head. It's all in your head.
Well, I mean,
He's
I'm-
never quiet.
You don't say. His,
Yeah.
his nice little shouting at the AI grandma.
That's all the time. That's all the time.
I
He
just
calls it
project.
projecting.
I project.
You
That's
kind of
all.
have to with certain mics.
Ma'am, he does not do this with just the mic.
Oh, by the way,
He does this in person. Like, he talks like this in the bedroom when he's
Well-
right next to me.
I get this. I get this.
That might make
pain-
things awkward, but
I
Not
I can.
even that.
And how were we able to keep? How were we able to have 6 kids? When how are you able to have multiple children when when he's always shouting?
I just stick a sock in his mouth when I want to do it.
Okay. Wow.
I may or may not have had a pillow over my face at one point or another.
There's a couple dog bags in the closet for a reason.
Not that reason.
Hey.
Jesus.
What's that?
Christ.
What's that? What's the joke about the guy who's hearing his neighbors having sex and he screams out, "Finish her!" in the Mortal Kombat.
Yay.
I just remember
Yes,
the one with the
exactly.
terrible roommate
That's
where
funny.
he would be like, "Can I just play some music so I don't hear anything?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." He just starts playing the worst fucking music and would keep changing the tempo all the time.
Oh,
I remember this horrible joke that one person told me about is one day a teenager wasn't allowed to go out with his girlfriend. He had to watch his younger brother, and so while the parents left, the older brother called his girlfriend over and they decided to have sex up in the room.
Oh god.
And while they were having sex, they decided to say
don't get
things
crazy.
as they were saying things as in sandwich terms. So they were saying
Oh,
bread,
yeah.
bread, lettuce, tomatoes. They went
Yep.
after the girlfriend left. The younger brother said, "While you two were making sandwiches, I went upstairs and I got into the bottom bunk, and you spilled some mayonnaise on my head. It tasted nasty."
I just would like to think that it was the little brother saying, "Make some room."
That's no.
Yes.
Well, if you guys haven't left yet,
You know what?
you're in for
You know
a
what?
good
No, look,
time.
I've got something that I'm really excited to show everybody, and oh my god!
Oh,
it is-
don't forget. You asked me to remind you that you need to make an announcement for Sunker.
What?
What announcement? Oh, that we can start as part of the intro. I won't ruin her day yet. We'll do this after this wonderful video,
Now
and
I'm
then I'll ruin
worried.
her
What?
day.
No, please tell me
yeah.
now.
You're
All right,
welcome.
Okay,
wait.
you want to know? All right, you
You're
want to know
welcome.
now? You want to know?
Yes.
You ready? Are you ready?
That tone of defeat. Oh, sorry, Serenity.
Alien Earth got renewed for a season 2.
You are fucking
No, he's not joking. He's not joking at all.
No,
No!
he's not joking.
Are you so desperate for new content? You have to go over and revive the biggest piece of shit. That show pissed me off worse than Ironheart. At least Ironheart was an acceptable garbage. This
you-
was such a pretentious bullshit.
Serenity, I've got really bad news for you.
She just, yeah.
I've got really bad. I can tell you why. You're one of the reasons why. No, Disney announced this, and it wasn't the first sentence, but at the end of the first paragraph, they said that it was such a triumph of queer representation. That's why they had.
Oh
it.
No. I didn't hear that part, but I didn't look into it.
They also are pushing that whole this is such a queer thing, such a wonderful queer representation for the freaking Predator movie that came out.
Oh well, yeah, but that's the media though. That's not Disney. That's the media, not Disney. Look, you know what's not queer? Firefly, boys and girls.
No, it's definitely not.
Firefly is not queer, and this is the reason why we watch this show.
When you have the two people in the background there, the pilot and the mechanic.
Oh yeah, yes. But that's the pilot. No, she's basically the soldier. She's second in command.
Yes, she's second in command.
She's second in command.
They are a loving and wonderful couple, and it's such a nice refresh.
They have the most wonderful relationship on
that. That is the greatest relationship. Those two are just like, oh.
I love those two so much. All right, you know what else I love? Look, I have spent hours. More hours than I am willing to admit, and I've swore more than a good Christian should, and probably more than I am willing to admit as a Christian, how much I swore trying to get this thing right. And I was literally working on this right up until the last minute because I thought I was going to get it done early, and of course not. That's never ever how it works. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the Ballad of Drifting Free, our intro song for the Firefly review. Check this out, boys and girls. Huh? You can't play that, stupid. It'll get us copyright claimed. Oh. Here, use this one instead. Okay.
Take me out where the black don't blink, past the coral world like a stink of ink. We're a ragged crew on a rusted keel, chasing freedom's ghost with a turn of the wheel. No gov, no chain, no stations call, just the dark and the dark for all. Out in the void where the stars don't care, we drift like smoke on the thin, cold air. 5 souls bound by a wandering vow to live untaxed and to die. They're sunk a maiden sharp as a blade, judges your worth by the shows you've played. One eye on the screen, one eye on your soul. Trash feeds trash, she says, and that's how we roll. She'll quote you a line from a band, oh real, then damn your heart if the laugh ain't real. Out in the void where the stars don't care, broadcast truth through the static mist. Every port, every rock, every moonlit bar. Here's the signal hum like a steel guitar. He trades in facts that the core won't print, and the price is blood, but he never flinches a hint. Mrs. Common Nerd sips tea from a cracked old mug, sneers at the drunks while the sitcom shrugs. She'll mock your flask and quote every frame, knows the laugh track's fake but loves it the same. Her scorn's a shield, her comfort's a glow. Hypocrisy's warm in the deep black snow. Out in the void where the stars don't care, Shadows of history under his thumb. He'll weigh your quarrel with a date and a name, then cite a war that ended the same. Very sunrise, cold as the void, his verdict's final and never annoyed. Common nerd rants till the bulkhead shake, patching the hole with curses and tape. He swears at the nav, he swears at the fuel, keeps the whole damn ship from playing the fool. His fury's a glue, his panic's a spark. Without his mad roar, we'd all go dark. Out in the void where the stars don't care, we drift like smoke on the thin cold air. Five misfit hearts on a lawless run, free till the black claims every last one. Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me.
Hold on. There you go. Look at that sunker. Hey, there. Griffin's even on the screen. Can you guys hear me? Are you good? Is everybody there?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Yay! Good. I was making sure the applause and everything was. How are we doing tonight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? This is Jesse with the Common Nerd, bringing you pop culture and all things read through a common sense lens. And welcome to another very special edition of Is It Good, boys and girls? We are doing a Firefly review and a watch party, ladies and gentlemen. And that fine little intro you just saw was created by a whole bunch of different crazy programs out there. So I hope you enjoyed it. That'll be our intro for the next 13 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, because there are fabulous episodes of this show, plus a wonderful movie as well. So we are going to get into that tonight. This is a show that was legendary. It was absolutely one of those fan favorites out there that got a cult following that was absolutely insane. So much so that it even spawned a movie trying to revitalize the series out there, although an odd way to end the movie if you're trying to revitalize the series. But hey, that's just a personal fan critique on things out there. But one of the things that's historic about this show, and it was one of the things that I found out when doing a little research on it, was this show actually changed the way television was made because of all of the backlash between Josh Whedon and the executives at the time that were in charge of Fox. There was actually a lot of the series was not aired in proper order of production order. There was a lot of complaints about that. There was a lot of issues with the way the season didn't make a lot of sense, the way they followed everything out. And it actually changed the way television did shows because of all of the fan backlash, because of all of the fan campaigns and everything else. They decided to reevaluate. It actually changed the history as to the way they assess shows and as to whether or not they keep them around and the way they assess and greenlight things. So this show, although tragically did end a lot earlier than I think a lot of the fans would have wanted to, it did change the way the industry did things because of all of the fan backlash upon them canceling this show. So if nothing else, its sacrifice was at least worth something because it did make a mark on history when it comes to all of that kind of stuff. So obviously, this is a sci-fi Western setting set very far in the future. The worlds out there are being terraformed. People are being thrown on those planets with nothing more than the basic supplies that you would see in a Western frontier world out there. And honestly, I think it's one of my favorite settings out there. The idea of being able to go out there and essentially raise up the money that would cost you to buy an RV or maybe a small house and literally be able to go out there into the universe and explore and live on your own terms. Being able to take jobs out there and escaping the government at every possible way is something that just screams joy to my little libertarian, borderline anarcho-capitalist heart. So it's something that is near and dear to me. I love the characters. I love the relationships. This is something I got into after it produced, so I actually got to see it in the proper order. And this, I think anybody that hasn't seen this show is in for an absolute ride. And Mrs. Common Nerd, you don't think you have seen this, have you?
I don't know.
No.
I've had so much go on in my life. I don't remember half the shows that I've seen, and then I watch them, and then I remember that I've seen them. I don't remember the names of them.
So there you go. We'll find out about that one as soon as we get into the first episode as to whether or not she even remembers this one. But boys and girls, we do have some special guests that will be joining us for this series. Unfortunately, Handy is not going to be able to join us tonight. There was some miscommunication about the night that this was going on, and then as well as when he started his panel show. So Handy should be joining us hopefully tomorrow night or next week, at least for a show here and there. But he is very big on working on the news over on Rumble and doing all of that kind of fun stuff. But that's okay, because boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, one of those special guests that will be joining us for this series that you saw in the intro is Gryffen. Buddy, my friend, how are you, Bubba? What did you think of that fabulous? What did you think of that little segments of yours in there?
First of all, thank you. Greetings and salutations. I'm honored, delighted. This may sound a little weird. I've always been a sucker for animation, so I love the animation parts most of all. And I know this way saying I didn't have anything which is animated about me. That's perfectly fine. The two lovely ladies both look like Western goddesses. You did. Let's be totally honest.
I concur.
Just whatever you do, don't stare in Mrs. Nerd's eyes. She will turn you to stone.
I don't do that.
Yep.
That's why they're always like this. You can't really see them all the time.
I mean, that's why we got 6 kids. She's always making me rock hard.
That, along with the sock in the mouth, and
So, Gryffen, how the hell are you? Are you excited for Firefly? I'm glad you enjoyed the animated part of the intro.
Glad to be here. It was more than the animated, but that was my favorite part. Is some of you may know, been having some, let's just say, some technical difficulties. Still not totally sorted out, but better than before. I'm here mentally, physically. That'll work.
Well, there you go. So what's your experience with Firefly, Gryffen? This is something you've watched, right?
There's a bitter irony on this. When it first came out, I was turned off. Totally. It was, and I'll even say why. It was the very bad advertising, because they just made it sound like a stupid laugh yuck. I'm trying to remember the exact commercial. It was, let's see if I can remember the commercial. It's something about, I won't get it verbatim, all right? But like, for instance, it said, yeah, it's got a show with a guy named Jane. Are you sure it's a guy or a girl? I mean, that's the only time they even mention, nothing else. They didn't even show that it was, I'm blanking on his name, Baldwin. Steve Baldwin? Is it Alec or Steve? Alec.
Is he a Baldwin?
He's
a Baldwin, yes, the guy who plays Jane.
Oh, I didn't know. I did not know that.
Yeah, he's actually one of the Baldwin family too.
He's one of the normal ones, you know what?
That's why I don't know who he is. He's not in the news all the time for doing drugs. That explains
or punching reporters.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
He's actually fairly moderate conservative. He's sane. He's actually totally sane. And also, like, imagine a commercial. They don't even show a single image of him.
Wow.
And they just
he fucking worked out hard for that role. He was fucking built to go over and really fit the role that is Jane.
And he understood the character too. He knew that it was both. It was mostly joke, but he said deep underneath it. And he would be a growing character. It wouldn't be a lot of growth. But anyway, like I said, so the commercial, they just yuck it up. Oh, that there's a man named Jane. Is it a guy or a girl? I'm like, oh no. Boy. And her super duper pilot, who's flying this plane? Oh, which is taken from a joke from, what was it? It's this 9th episode where they're playing basketball. So it's totally taken out of context. You don't know that from the advertisement. And of course, the crying touch is they do mention that they have they've got an in-ship whore. I prefer the term companion. It's like, all right, every single one of these, no. And we got a girl in a box. Oh, yes, it's out there. And I'm like, nope, I didn't even bother. That was, it took until the show was off. And it was like 2 years later when a friend of mine, ironically, you're talking previously about Destiny, but also about online games. I was playing this part of it. was with the guild, the original EverQuest, and one of the guild officers told me about Firefly. Oh no, please! The commercial. Hey, you trust my adjustment? Yes. So he lended me the season of DVDs. It was very hard to give the DVDs back.
Nice.
They, yeah.
This is proof, because we were talking about, and we're going off on a tangent, and I'm blanking everything. But we discussed, remember, over a year ago, where it was one of the executive marketers from who purposely sabotaged the show. He had a personal grudge with, yes, I see the look in your eye, Serenity. You probably know the one I'm talking about. He had a personal grudge with Whedon, so he sabotaged the show. It's like...
And here's the thing, Whedon is a piece of shit, but Firefly was a really, really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The guy's has had a reputation in Hollywood as being hard to work with to begin with. And I know there's some other accusations and stuff like that as well. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are pain in the asses to work with, and the results generally speak for themselves. And it's like Sunker said, you can't argue that Firefly is not good.
Like it's the thing of Whedon himself. I would be very happy to kick him in the balls, but you know what? If he could just continue to make stuff in a room somewhere away from being a cunt, that'd be great. I love his art. He's
There
just a
you go.
cunt.
And the irony is, most of the cast of Firefly would say they loved working for him.
Isn't
okay.
it odd that a lot of the times a lot of the great shows and movies out there were directed or produced by people that were assholes?
Well, like Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
It's not it's not an overall thing. It's more just like you can't.
I'm just saying a lot. I'm
The
just saying a lot. Not saying
personality.
all. I'm just saying a lot.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Gryffen, go ahead and finish your.
That's pretty much the story. But yeah, just to finalize what you were saying, it's about directors. Some have a vision and they want it done. Okay.
I don't know why, but I have the image of what happened with during the shooting of The Shining, with how
Shelley Duvall.
With how Kubrick
How they
Shelley
tormented
Duvall.
her, apparently.
Yeah,
And they did.
it got a great performance out of her, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, speaking of great performances, filling in this evening for Handy News, Spartacus. What's up,
Hey!
buddy? How you doing?
Hi, folks.
Spartacus, glad to see you.
It's fun to be here. It's always fun to be with you people. Yeah, I'm good. I got the next. I don't have to go into work until next Monday because I had to give up a couple of days off because we had a couple people quit, so I had to fill in.
Oh, there you go. Well, there you go. Right. There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. So what's your history with Firefly? Is this a show you've watched a lot, or is because I know Gryffen had a little bit of a turbulent history with that. What's your story with this one?
I watched it when it first came out, or I tried to watch it as much as I possibly could at the time. I haven't seen it since it all ended and everything. I've tried to go back and rewatch it, but just never got around to it. So this will be fun. I really enjoyed the show.
Well, good. That's exciting then. So we potentially have two essentially newbies for at least these episodes tonight. And so that'll be kind of cool. That's a lot of fun. A newbie perspective. Wow, I'm excited for that then. Now I'm extra excited. But speaking of people that aren't newbies, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, my long time co-host, the person who has made me a more critical critic, Sunker Maiden, the legendary lady of One More Pause. What's going on, sister?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'll go into my Firefly thing first because we want to get started. When I ran into Firefly, I actually didn't know it existed at all. What went over and happened was it started showing up on Sci-Fi around the same time they were doing the setup for Serenity, the movie. And that's actually where my fucking my ye old YouTube name came from. Was Serenity was a part of that, and I fucking love the movie that much. Hi Hasso. So I really got introduced to everything through the hype material of the upcoming Serenity movie, and I watched all of the episodes on the Sci-Fi Channel to the point where I'm telling my friends, we gotta go see this movie, and they didn't quite have the same pop that I did. I'm like, there's a Nora. Oh, there's this other character as we're in the theater, and they're like, dude, chill. I'm like, it's important. All of this is important. But what shocks me so much is the amount of quality and effort and everything that went into this show. That goes into this show. I was shocked to learn that you're not going to get another season. What? It's over? But the adventure, they could have gotten easily 3 seasons, if not more, out of everything that was available. Oh, yeah. And it kills me, but at the same time, at least we have Firefly before, because Joss Whedon's very good at making it, but sometimes he is allowed to continue it for too long, and then it starts to suck. So at least we have a nice, pretty picture of a fragment in time of which will yield to nothing. So very much love the show. I love all the characters. River was my favorite growing up, and just there's not a stupid character. Even the stupid character isn't really a stupid character.
Right. No, absolutely no.
Yeah, so it's very good, and I'm happy to go over and rewatch it. I just went over and got remarked as soon as you went over and mentioned the DVD box and everything. I have it. I just put it in a box somewhere because I'm slowly trying to move out. But just the color scheme also. Just there's everything in the style of it. And it's just very fun. So it'll be a good round.
No, you're absolutely right, because I remember seeing the Firefly box DVD sets and stuff like that, and yeah, they're gorgeous. There was a lot of design, everything. It's not something that was cheap and slapped and thrown together. There was a lot of love put in that stuff. All of the merch, a lot of the stuff that went along with this, they put a lot of effort into it. And that's one of the things you can tell, that there was a lot of love for this, because despite all of the executive behind the scenes BS nonsense garbage that caused this show to end way before its time, everything that came afterwards, you knew was coming from a good place, and you gotta love stuff like that. And the best part is even to this day, there's still a passionate fan base for this show. It's like, you go to the big cons and you still see brown coats. If you go to the big ones, you still see that stuff to this day, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
And Firefly, in and of itself, just to go a little bit more into it, it's very much. Just from how you'll go over and you see when we get into the first episode, they really did put cowboys in space, but they did a couple more extra turns into it as well. And they make it all believable. I know there's one of your viewers, I don't know if it's someone on this panel, but one of the viewers is like, I just couldn't get past the cowboy-ness because it's high tech. It should be like Star Trek. It's like, that's not the point. They wanted cowboys in space.
Yeah, I remember when we brought that up, there was somebody in the chat that was talking about that. They were like, I just couldn't get past it. You're telling me yada, 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 and they end up on these planets with horses? Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean,
this is my whole point, right? We live in a world now where this kind of discrepancy exists, and we're all still on the same planet. Because guess what? There are people in Africa that wish they lived in the Old West, for the kind of facilities you had in the Old West and the kind of tech you had back then. We got uncontacted tribes in our world, and you, for some reason, think because they terraformed a planet and dropped a bunch of people on it, everybody's going to have access to the same tech. I mean, we go and colonize and settle places in different worlds and stuff like that, like around the country and stuff, and or around, around the world, and they don't all look like London. Every British colony didn't look like London after even if the Brits were there for 100 years. You know, so it's like that whole idea of it just it seems like a silly excuse to not watch a show.
I mean, you have in this world, you have in this story and everything, you have a central government which is the main bad guys, the empire of this whole setup, and then they're the ones that control the technology. They're the ones that control who goes where, what is going on. And they're going to, obviously, in order to keep everyone, especially this is after a uprising that they had against them. What are you going to do after you put down a massive uprising that threatened your authority? You're going to make sure that you're going to prevent anyone else from having a certain level of technology that would have threatened you.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's the easiest way to, it's the same thing DARPA does nowadays. DARPA's tech's 15, 20 years ahead of what we're getting in the civilian sector. They had forms of AI in the late 70s and 80s that the DARPA was playing with. So yeah, you're not going to like that's just, I don't know. Like I said, it was a strange argument to me. I just didn't seem very fleshed out. So go ahead, Gryffen. Absolutely.
I'll try to make all of this quick. I can understand why everything, people got their different tastes, and there's the thing about, I love science fiction, but a lot of it is so established. Let's be honest, okay? Love Star Trek, but that is also, people have taken that and made science fiction so powerful and solid, but it doesn't have to be. That's number one. Number two, yeah, I can tell you from personal experience talking about the technological differences. I have lived in a village. I was only 6 at the time. It didn't have a name. No running water. We slept in the mat. The water was from a well which you dropped a bucket in and you had to boil it. And if that's not enough, here's the flip side. If you think, oh, that's Africa. Argentina. One of the bigger cattle producers, the ranches, they actually supply some of the beef which goes to your steakhouses here in America. What if I told you they're so far out there, they have to have their own generator and it's only on for 3 hours a day?
And
yeah.
There's probably even here in the United States, there are some places that are close to that. They're just barely above such lifestyles as that.
Mm-hmm. There was a story that I just watched like last night or the other night that was about a guy all the way up until the 70s. Oh, it was Jason Hayes was investigating a house. The Taps guy was on his YouTube channel was investigating a house, and the house, there was somebody living in it all the way up until the 70s. This house never had, and this was like in Connecticut. Okay. Never had running water. This was in the town that IBM was founded in. Never had running water, never had any of that kind of stuff in it ever. And like he literally and up until the 70s, when they finally took him to the hospital, they like cut him out of his clothes and like bathe him and like 3 times and like all this crazy stuff to take care of him. But yeah, and that was in the 70s in the town that IBM was founded in, that at one point had the most millionaires per capita than anywhere else in the world. And this guy was living like that, so yeah. So it's absolutely one of them situations where it's like, yeah, that's kind of a crazy thing out there. But speaking of crazy things, boys and girls, we're going to say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. But as a friendly reminder to anybody that might be watching this on YouTube, if you caught the intro, you'll saw the joke that we made. That's not really a joke. They will copyright claim us if we watch too much of this over there on YouTube. So, boys and girls, if you would please be so kind to join us on one of our alternatives out there. We're going to say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. And maybe we'll give you some kind of tease out there. But we will we'll do something for you guys over there. But my primary show is going to end up being on one of our alternatives out there, either Rumble, which is where most people end up hanging out, Kick, or Pill. Those are all alternatives that understand what fair use is under the proper terms of the United States law. And what we are doing does fall completely under fair use, because we're going to pause it, we're going to watch it, we're going to review it. Sunker's going to ask for one more pause. We're going to rewind. We're going to go back and look at things and talk a lot about an absolutely fabulous show. Unfortunately, because of all the bots and all that kind of stuff over on YouTube, that isn't really possible over there anymore. So please join us on one of those alternative platforms. But for all of you guys out there that are going to stick around, I appreciate you guys watching, if nothing else. And please go check out one of the other videos after we're done. But like I said, let's say hi to all of you fabulous folks out there in the chat. This eccentric, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my friend, coming in first over on the YouTube side. And Spartacus is over there too, but the YouTube stuff, the YouTube stuff over there, the Rumble stuff didn't catch him, but we'll catch him here in a second. Stay on target. What's up, buddy? This is happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday. Stay on target. Good to see you, buddy, as well. And Spartacus is on the panel anyway. So, I mean, do we really need to I don't know. Do we really need to say hi to him in the chat again? We already said hi to him on the panel.
No.
I mean, you could be nice and say hi to me.
Hi, Spartacus.
Hi.
Feel better?
Oh, that is great. John Washburn, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, John.
Hello, hello.
John's one of our fabulous guys out there. It's always commenting on things. Fantastic, sarcastic. Firefly is so good. I'm here to spite. No, that's just chill. No, that is high praise, sarcastic. That is high praise, my friend. I am glad to hear that as well. There we go. Star Wade Nation. What's up, Star? What's up, Wade? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. This nerd is awesome. Thank you, Wade. I appreciate that, man. This makes Sunker look infinitely cooler than she ever could be. So
It's a thing. Don't feel bad. It's okay. There's a reason why he's called Fantastic Sarcastic.
that is so true. That is so true. Hey, what's up, Carl Karsnick? And that's probably not your actual name on there. I don't know why my YouTube chat is weird. I got to figure out how to fix that. But good to see you, buddy. It says Jane is a girl names. Well, Jane ain't a girl. That's
Jane's
right.
a girl's name.
That's right. And there you go. Adam Baldwin is not related to that family.
Mhm.
So he is a Baldwin, no relation to the crazy Baldwins.
I
Which
will
explains why he's sane.
I'll pretend he's a descendant of King Baldwin.
There you
Ran
go.
the Crusades.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he was in several Buffy and Angel episodes too. Nice. Good. That's really cool. Good to know.
Or if you remember, that's how Summer Glau got him. She was in 3, maybe 4 episodes, very small but recurring role, an angel.
Okay.
She was terribly shy, and that's why Josh Whedon, he took one look. He said he was already creating River
The
Cam,
Firefly universe?
and he said in fact, because there's the rumor that they wanted somebody else for the role. Although I can get on the Josh Whedon wanted her, and he fought tooth and claw. Said no. Summer is River, and he actually sat down and explained, and she got it quickly too, because she's actually it's really interesting because she's a former dancer, had a big injury, but she can still dance.
The skill set of the character absolutely aligned with the actress.
Yes.
Also
absolutely.
very smart. She was getting I think she was studying biochemistry at the time. So it's
wow.
This Summer was River. It's the two together. Got a really shy, cute, honest girl, really good at dancing, has got this brain which is both intelligent but also a little. She's not autistic. She's just
Introverted.
Yes, exactly. Highly introverted.
That's great. Sarcastic says Adam Baldwin was typecast as a soldier or a government agent well before Firefly. That makes sense.
True. So maybe my praise was a bit too, but I can appreciate work when I see it.
Absolutely, buddy. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. Yeah, once you can see it, it's much, much better. Absolutely. Yeah, I think this is the way to do it. This is absolutely the artist. Normies don't make good art. Many of the greats were creeps in real life too. Sad but true. Don't look up the real history of Alice in Wonderland. Oh, I know. I had a friend of mine that was really into that stuff.
Yeah.
Hassa Hoppa. What's up, Hassa? Good to see you, buddy. The crowd goes wild. We have to have Hassa back for something in the future too. That was a lot of fun. Hassa, have you watched Serenity, right? There you go. The common nerd, the critical critic. It's just eccentric. I love it. Yep, exactly. No video games to go with the TV or movies either. So if you missed it on TV, that was it. We were spoiled. We're spoiled these days. That is so true. That is so true. That is so true. All right. I will see Serenity stickers on car pretty often. Yep, you still do. Hook, what's up, Hook? Good to see you, buddy. Go ahead, Sanker.
And that's the thing with Firefly and Serenity is even if you weren't a fan, you could still appreciate the artwork and everything. I believe one of the things someone remarked on is like the most quintessential thing was seeing chopsticks and a tin can. And a tin cup, sorry. And there's a lot. You'll see how it shouldn't really work, but for some reason, it really does work. How everything just kind of meshes together. You'll see when we start watching.
NC Native, what's up, buddy? This is Cowboys versus Aliens. Yep, or 007 versus Aliens, something like that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Alien and Star Wars should be in. Yeah, should be high tech too. It's all gritty and analog, which makes sense. Absolutely. There you go.
There is actually a chart out there. Somebody theorized like the various levels of civilization that various worlds go through, and so I mean, like we're considered a 0 level, like a 0.4 on the scale.
Yeah, because that the way that scale's done. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's I don't know. I think that scale's a little biased because I don't know. They think humanity is the lowest form of life out there. So it's all. I always think that stuff's funny.
Well, it's based upon what level of energy use the civilization uses.
Right, but their argument is that even to get to tier 1, you have to fully utilize your sun. So basically saying like nuclear power, fossil fuels, and all that. It's like I said, I'm not a big fan of that whole.
Oh, that sounds like a propaganda thing because it's just like utilize the sun through solar, which is highly inefficient.
Yeah, so as I said, that when you start breaking that thing down, I have an issue with the whole thing's premise. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. And I have to read this Renzi native. I once used an overpowered bidet. It colonized my innards.
Ouch!
Oh god. Yes, levers, switches, and buttons. My favorite scene in Voyager is when the pilot who was the former prisoner, but they had to let him out. When he like gets to Paris, when he gets to design his own ship, he's like, no, I want levers and switches. He's like, I'm so sick and tired of these screens and just pushing buttons. I want to pull on things. I'm like, yes, I feel you, buddy.
Harris was the most interesting motherfucker, where not only is he a ace pilot, chief, like guerrilla tactician, he also has a medical degree now because they started teaching him first aid to assist in the med bay. He was just like the fucking jack of all trade, and he was a reject. He was a reject of the academy.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Melissa Smith, good to see you, the ringleader. Yes, indeed. DARPA AGI already cracked the singularity runs things now. There you go, NC Native. I believe it at this point. Yeah, willing suspension of disbelief. And it's key to all good storytelling, right? Because some people try to use the willing suspension of disbelief as an excuse to cover up for crappy storytelling. Good storytelling should cause the suspension of disbelief, right? We all know that elves and magic and dwarves and all that stuff aren't real the way it's done in Tolkien, right? But it's so well written that it makes you believe it.
Yeah, we know that there's no sound in space, and yet watch a Star Wars movie without sound and without the sound. How boring is that going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Even like not even just that, but if you just take the sound effects and like just leave the music, there is something missing when you take out the laser sounds.
Absolutely. Which is why I made sure there was at least a few of those in the intro. What will be says, hail, what will be? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I noticed that you
Brimstone.
I noticed that you guys were horrible flyers.
Yeah, the little swinging back and forth one. No, what are you talking about? You totally missed that canyon's walls. You did see Sunker the pilot. Mrs. Captain Nerd made that comment too while I was editing that.
I was like, God, why is Sunker driving? I was like, we're all in trouble.
It's okay, Kat. You can drive.
I'll get there faster.
Jesus, but you might not have you might have an aneurysm or a heart attack on the way there. Holy cow.
A little bit of throw up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
She lands the ship on the landing pad, and after she steps off, it all just comes crumbling apart.
Probably.
My cars are always in the shop.
They couldn't have.
Brimstone, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. Is it just me or does Sunker? Oh my God! Look at Brimstone. He's
no. I just get older. I was looking at older videos of me. It's just like, wow, look at me, youthful and having a love of life.
She chugs. Sunker, look, she's got her misbehaving outfit on tonight. There you go.
I ain't to misbehave.
Madam.
All I was going to say is that it made sense that I was not the pilot. I tear up the controls after repairing every time we landed.
That's true. Yeah, he has his cast and he likes to use them all over and over again. That's like there's a lot of guys out there in Hollywood that do that. There's Hassa. All right, NC Native, cool. Let's making sure we don't miss anybody. Deeple 101, what's up, Deeple? Good to see you, buddy. Glad you made it in over on both sides. Tom Paris was almost the only likable character in Voyage. They did put him in everything they could.
That is true. Kes was also pretty likable, and then she couldn't get involved. She was interfering with the Tom Paris and B'Elanna arc.
I have Mrs. Nerd set up. We actually have all the equipment to set Mrs. Nerd up with her own mic, and we just didn't do it. So it hasn't been that big of an issue yet, but we will if we ever have to. Oh, look at John. There you go. See, look at that. There you go. Sounds good, Brimstone. Lurk away, buddy. What?
By the way, so on the civilization scale, we are at 0.7, and in order to reach full 0.1, we have to use solar energy, geothermal, wind, fossil fuels, nuclear, etc. In order to get to a type 2 civilization, that's when you have to create a Dyson sphere, which is
we're
surround
utilizing
utilizing all the sun, and then type 3 is utilizing the energy in the galaxy.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know, just
maybe just go over and say whether or not you can colonize another planet. Maybe that's
right.
How
well, like,
you would go over and really set up a thing of civilizations and
like
stuff.
that whole scale is like so skewed to like, okay, if that scale was accurate, we'd see evidence of that at this point, and your scale's not accurate.
If it's just energy consumption versus energy usage and what you get out of that energy consumption, it's a bad scale. It's like my battery power can now do 10,000 volts. Thus, we are at tier 8.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty silly. It is certainly pretty silly. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a little tease at the beginning here, and it's probably just going to be a little bit of the intro song before we jump over to Rumble exclusively. But I will, for all of it, because I did see some new faces in the chat, so maybe make sure I drop the Rumble link for you fabulous folks out there as well. For those of you who are new, and I appreciate that as well. We love seeing our new faces. Appreciate you, Carl, very much so. But unfortunately, just because of the way the rules work and all of that kind of silly stuff out there, that is unfortunately the way we've got to do things, but we do appreciate all of you guys over there. So here we go, girls, ladies and gentlemen. Firefly season 1, episode 1, as it was properly supposed to be put out there, because the first episode is Serenity, boys and girls. And just as, I mean, we probably need to pause there anyway, but just as context too, like knowing the fact that they did not air this episode first, and I can't remember which one they actually aired first, but not having this backstory for the entire crew, yes, I can understand why if you watched this when it was released on air, why it would just confuse the shit out of you, especially to see this episode later as like a flashback or something.
Yeah. The first I can tell you this. The first one released was the train job, and the excuse was, "Are you ready for this?" They said that this episode, the two-parter, was not exciting enough.
Oh, really?
Did not have enough
bullshit.
action.
It was just
I'm
bullshit.
not making it up. Of course, it was from the same guy. I really should look it up, but I don't want to clatter it. But
like the train job is a good one, and you do get character like set up a little bit if you didn't see the previous episodes. But at the same time, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I'm kind of did a little bit of look on Wikipedia. So basically, what we're seeing is scenes from the Unification War.
Yeah, and they'll explain all of that. That all gets explained as the show goes on, so you don't need to give us any backstory on that. All of it gets explained.
Well, I mean, you basically have two worlds dominating the rest of them, the core worlds.
Yeah.
Which is...
all of it gets explained in the show.
Okay.
All of that gets explained in the show.
Fine.
Like I said, I know you're excited, but like, yeah, you're spoiling all things that get explained in the show. So yeah.
Compromise. Give Spartacus one fact. One fact, Spartacus. What's your favorite that you just dug up?
No, never mind. Never mind. I'll
Can I give my one fun fact?
Yes, please.
Okay, so when Mal was doing this scene, the actor who plays Mal, he accidentally ripped his pants, and that's why they started calling him behind the scenes Captain Tight Pants.
Nice.
See, there you go. That's fun. That was episode 3 or 4, says Deeple. Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, the air order just proves execs should be more hands off. Absolutely, buddy. All right, we'll give you guys a little bit more because they're mad at YouTube's mad at me anyway, so it's okay.
Not enough action. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, clearly not enough action. Not even close to enough action.
It wasn't because someone had a vendetta.
If only a couple more people died there, then that would be enough action.
Right? What was that you said, Sunker?
Obviously, it's not because someone had a vendetta or anything.
No, it's not because somebody had an axe to grind with Josh Whedon or anything like that. No, that would never happen in Hollywood. No.
So, the quality does remind me a little bit. I did forget about the quality. At least with this scene, it does remind me a little bit of Starship Troopers. A little bit.
Just a
Vision show. They were doing what they could, okay?
4 years difference. 4 years difference, I point out. Take a look. This was 2001. Starship Troopers is 97.
Oh, good point. Starship Troopers was 4 years before this.
Yeah.
Or 4 years after this.
They probably shot it the same after.
Was it before or after? Yeah, this was
after.
This is 4 years after Starship Troopers. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they shot at the same location.
They might have.
This just imagine what this franchise would have been like if this was allowed to continue. This could have been on the same on par with Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate.
This would have been up there with like
it would have hit the same. It would have hit this. It would have at least hit Fargate or Farscape. Sorry, Farscape.
What's Fargate?
It would have at least hit Farscape. Farscape levels, if not hit Stargate.
It would have been at least in the realm of Stargate, Fargate.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt.
Battlestar Galactica, the reboot series. It would have been in that area.
I do think of it, like I said, and this is me giving it high praise. I do think it would have been on. I think it would have been up there. I think it would have been remembered as well as Babylon 5.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, I really do, and I know that's that might be a high bar for some, but I don't know. I love that show too. That's one of those
really.
ones we
What
gotta do.
movie are you just fucking
seasons.
with me?
I got it.
Hey, are you? Don't trust anything he says.
You're such an asshole.
I thought she was talking about this with the Starship Trooper.
No, he didn't. You ass.
Well, there's like you're talking about because somebody said that Starship Serenity is in quickly seen in the prequels. I think it's seen once in I think it's anyway. But speaking of Battlestar Galactica, this I do know. You can see the Starship Serenity in the first episode of the Force miniseries. It's in there. It flies by. It's when Laura gets her diagnosed. She's got cancer, and it's in the last short version is the Starship Serenity made it to Earth.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I love it. I love it. Oh wow, what will be says I'm not even joking both times.
Fuck you guys. You thought he was thinking.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. All right, we'll watch this a little bit longer. This is so much fun.
Oh, no. So yeah, you can imagine because his pants were too tight and running like that. It's split.
Yeah, absolutely would. I really just want to let that scene play out for the rest of it because it is really good. So we're gonna cut off YouTube. I appreciate you guys. I know. Carl, buddy, I hope you can join us over on Rumble, man. Since I think TNG was the only sci-fi show on a major network with a decent budget. Yeah, and this is the point he was bringing up too. This is Charmed, Stargate, Buffy were all B-tier shows on B-tier networks. They were never the big boys like NBC, ABC, News, etc. And he was talking about Fox was still one of the small networks that had cheap shows like CW and the Warner Brothers that had Buffy and Angel, which were both low budget for their time. Yeah,
Babylon 5 was a low budget film.
Yeah.
It was a low budget show, but they just made it's because they managed to work within their restrictions that they were able to create such amazing productions.
Same thing with Stargate.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, there he is. That was going to be other fill-in guy. If Spartacus, there we go. So sorry I'm sick and sound like hot dog water. I'll watch. All right. Appreciate you, buddy.
It happens.
Appreciate you, buddy. It does. It is that time of year. So join us over on Rumble hardcore mode. We're about to switch over, buddy.
Sounds like hot dog water. Does he sound like he's bubbling?
He could be.
Oh, and to the tight pant thing, the guy who plays Mal went over and also joked like, obviously it was the costume girls. They went over and just totally ripped those pants on purpose. They loosened the seams.
Yeah,
I can believe that.
And I did always appreciate this too. There aren't any aliens, no monsters with river masks each week.
Dude, they even make a joke about that later on.
Oh,
just
good!
like,
I can't wait.
That's animal
It's
formaldehyde.
Okay. This is a world purely This is an entire universe purely populated by humans and humans alone.
That is, that's true. All right. Well, all right, boys and girls, YouTube, it's been fun. I hope you guys appreciated our wonderful intro out there. I worked really hard on that, so I hope you guys like it. If not, that's okay, because I like it and I'm really happy with it. And that, at the end of the day, sometimes as an artist, that's all you can really ask for. See, there you go. Let's look at that. I mean, who else's opinion do I really need to worry about at the end of the day?
Which one do you not need to keep an eye open in the middle of the night?
Right? Exactly. So, boys and girls, we appreciate you very much, boys and girls. All right, everybody, start waving bye to YouTube as I start to play the game. That's true. We're gonna have to
imagine I'm waving my lightsaber around.
There you go. All right, appreciate you guys. We'll catch you over there on the Rumble side. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sergeant, command says air support is holding until they can assess our status. Our status is we need some Gorime air support. They'll get back online. Tell them to get in here.
That skip is shredding us, sir.
They won't move without a lieutenant's authorization code, sir. Here, here's your code. You're Lieutenant Baker. Congratulations on your promotion. Now get me some air support.
That's too
Back
true.
just far enough.